evening. Tonight, President Trump's tough trade stance appears to be paying off. The United States, Canada and Mexico have agreed on a replacement for NAFTA. And as you saw at the open, in the market moment, stocks are rallying across the board. The US president says that this new deal is a big win for the United States, and he does so starting with the very name.
It's my great honor to announce that we have successfully completed negotiations on a brand new deal to terminate and replace NAFTA and the NAFTA trade agreements with an incredible new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement called USMCA. It sort of just works. MCA. USMCA. And that'll be the name, I guess, that 99% of the time we'll be hearing, USMCA. Has a good ring to it.
Ah, indeed. USMCA has a very good ring to it. So much so that during the course of the day, we kept thinking, what was that ring? USMCA. Oh, yes, that's what it was.
It's fun to stay at the
USMCA.
It's fun to stay at the
USMCA. So let's continue with that thought from the village people, the USMCA, and put it in the terms that they would have recognised. So the U, the main winner for the United States, greater access to Canadian dairy market. And then you've got, of course, the C for Canada. It keeps trade disputes resolution panel. The M, it's all about maintaining access to the United States, especially auto manufacturing. And as for the A, well, the A, of course, means it needs to get approval from Congress for this to take effect. Where did we get this idea of USMCA? We got it from our Canada correspondent, Paula Newton, who is with me.
I didn't want to start all that, Richard. Really good to see you.
Hey, come on.
Oh, I'm not doing it. It's okay. Have a seat.
Right. What do you make of the USMCA? What will they make of it? Justin Trudeau has been speaking about this in Canada.
Yeah, and he has been saying that, look, this is a good deal for Canada, principally, but it is a good deal for North America. And why is it a good deal for North America? Because they can move on to the real trade irritant, which is China. It is very difficult to look at any part of this deal and not think about what is to come in terms of the trouble ahead. You were talking about everything that was there. What is not there? The lifting of steel and aluminum tariffs, which you and I have talked about before. Those remain in place.
Why would the US not give the exemption to them, bearing in mind they were getting a greater deal in the offing?
They didn't want to lift those. They say they're on a separate track. They want those to remain in place politically, at least for a little while, in order to send, again, that message to China to say, look, if we need to swing a hammer at these negotiations, we will. We did it to Mexico. We did it to Canada. We will do it to you as well. And there's also a message in there for Japan, Europe, anyone else wanting to go to the table with Donald Trump.
Right, but countries like South Korea, which has just completed chorus, did get them lifted. And there's been the talk of lifting them for the European Union, who've also agreed. In fact, they said they've extended the exemption for the EU whilst the negotiations take place on a new trade agreement concerning autos.
The transshipment issue, which you've heard about before, right? China dumping into other countries and then having they're not convinced, the United States is not convinced that the countries are doing enough to mitigate against that. Canada has started trying to do what it can, trying to actually put some money against that to make sure that they can guard against that, but it's not 100% yet.
On the personal relationship between President Trump and...
could it be better? Let me tell you.
You know, he was honest. He said, we had a disagreement, but we are friends. I guess that's not how they see it in Ottawa.
Well, you know, it's the old cliche, right? If that's how you treat your friends. I think what stayed intact here was Jared Kushner, son-in-law of the president, and his relationship with both the prime minister and those around Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and that is what got the job done at the end. Not because Donald Trump had a change of heart. Donald Trump had a change of heart because he wanted this deal. He wanted to go into the midterms with this deal.
Last question for you, just after we've heard from Justin Trudeau.
Like any important negotiation, we had to make compromises. And I tell you, some were more difficult than others. We never believed it would be easy, and it wasn't. But today is a good day for Canada.
Okay, but today was a good day for Canada, papering over the cracks of the disagreement. But at the end of the day, how deep are the scars from the way Canada, the way it was treated? And let's not forget, you know, President Trump did describe Justin Trudeau as weak and dishonest.
And, yeah, basically called him out as a liar. I think in terms of the relationship going forward, it doesn't matter. There was no collateral damage done. What is key here, Richard, is the fact that when you talk to Canadian business people, U.S. business people, that deal is in place. And I think the Trudeau government will go out of its way to make nice with Donald Trump right now if he's up for it, because there's just too much at stake not to.